Yo, what is up guys? I'm super excited to finally be sharing with you what is inside of this video, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the funnel and the content ecosystem that's consistently building me an audience and signing clients every single week in my business. But first, I want to give you a little bit of context. So I've been building my personal brand for just around 6 months now. And throughout this journey, I've been able to gain over 25,000 followers, 5 million views, and stack consistent $10,000 months in my service-based business. And the thing is, it wasn't always like this. When I started out, I was simply just posting videos. It wasn't until later down the road when I realized I needed the systems in place to actually convert at the highest level and acquire the best audience possible. So for the past few months, that's exactly what I've been building. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys right now. So let's get straight into it. All right, guys. So in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to be walking you through 2 separate versions of this same system that I've made right here on this board. And so the premise of this system, it's something that I call the trust funnel and content ecosystem. This is basically a marketing system that's going to allow you to build a strong audience, convert at the best rate. And the best part is that this content marketing system can basically work on autopilot. And so jumping right into it, we're going to start with the more simple version right here. And so what you can see is we have the entire marketing funnel, and I'm going to run you through basically what this simple version covers, because at the very top here, we obviously have attract traffic and build audience, right? So you need to get the eyeballs, get the traffic. And so within the system, what we're running for this is short form organic content, which for me personally and for a lot of my clients has been the most powerful way of building a genuine audience that's going to last you forever. And it's going to be something you can, always have a return on. And so short form organic is a non-negotiable part of this system right here. Next thing is paid traffic. And so the thing about paid traffic is that it's not mandatory. And honestly, in my opinion, it really depends on your short form organic content, how well that's doing. Because in a lot of cases, if you have enough data from the short form and it's doing well, then you don't need paid traffic. But paid traffic is always great to have that predictability and to target your ICP. And so that's at the top right here, right? And so what this funnel looks like is sending people to your IG profile, right? So this is gaining followers, this is building an audience. And so, a lot of people stop right here, right? They just, they got the audience, they do a few story posts, and they just stop right there. And so the thing about having a service-based business, selling an info product, being a consultant, being a coach, is that, you're selling high ticket, right? You're selling things for hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars. People need to trust you, right? People really, really need to trust you. They need to know the most about you. And so this concept that I'm speaking on right now is actually backed by a study that Google did. It's called the 7-11-4 rule. It states that viewers actually need to spend 7 hours consuming your content across 11 touch points on 4 different platforms to even consider, buying your stuff or making a purchase. And so that's obviously just consumer psychology. So why would content be any different? Why would your online program, why would you approach that any different? And so, basically what this system in short is doing is it's covering, everything that you need here, hitting those 7 hours, sharing the touch points on the different platforms. It's about omnipresence. And so the next section here, with that being said, is to nurture your audience and build trust. This is the biggest component that people actually miss out on. And so what this looks like is having short form content that shifts beliefs, right? It's value based. And so this is going to attract more of that top of funnel audience and also nurture your current audience that's followed you on Instagram. And so it also looks like story posts, right? Giving value. You have direct CTA story posts and YouTube. So YouTube is a very, very important part of the funnel. It's long form. And so the way to think about that is that, how is someone going to hit that 7 hours rule of thumb if they're only looking at short form 30-second videos? So that's why when you have, a 10-minute, 20-minute YouTube video, such as the one you're watching right now, it's very, very powerful. So basically the main premise of these is basically sending them to your lead magnet, right? Because from here you can run email, right? And so now you are running email. And so now a good way to think about email is that it's a written kind of version of YouTube. And so what you can build is something that I call the welcome sequence, where you're running people through 5 to 10 different emails that are value based, that show case studies. And this is one of the best places to sell people. And so now you have 2 long form types of content running to your audience. And so the thing is also, if someone's going to YouTube from your Instagram, from your short form, or someone is giving you their email to get the lead magnet, they're most likely a pretty good lead. They're most likely pretty tied in with what you're doing and with your whole personal brand. And so the next section here is something that I call fortifying the acquisition. And so basically what this looks like is acquiring the audience, right? This is nurturing and building that trust. And so now you need to actually fortify the acquisition, because if you leave this out, you're really missing out on so many leads. You're kind of at this point expecting leads to come show up on your doorstep and just ask you right away, like, let me pay you. It doesn't work exactly like that. But the great thing about this system as well is that you will have leads doing that just from these two components. But to really fortify the acquisition and maximize the acquisition, we implement a few more things. What this looks like is a very something that's been very powerful for me, and it's something that I call the trust reinforcement retargeting campaign. And so what this looks like is taking the data from your Instagram account and running a set of multiple retargeting ads. What this usually looks like, if we come over here and we go here to this more complex version of this system, is that with your ad structure of this campaign, you want to aim for something like this, where you have a personal case study. And so this is basically the way you want to think of this retargeting campaign is to wipe all the skepticism someone could have about you, about your offer, right? And so this could be that little bit of skepticism that gets them to move forward working with you and finally book that call. And so what this can look like is a personal case study. So this is you talking about how your offer, how your system has benefited you. Now a client win, how it's helped someone else. And then now a system and offer breakdown. This is going more in depth about your offer. Like, what exactly is it that you sell? Because there's certain types of people that are following you that they like you, right? But they don't even know really exactly what you sell. And so that's why that's important. So if we come back here, that's what that is for. And so this is going to lead people, to your appointment setting, right? They're finally going to be ready to go into your DMs and say, hey, I want to find out more about it. Or sending people to a landing page VSL, right? An opt-in page where you have a VSL, you talk more about your offer, and then you have a place where people can book for a call. And so you'll see the power in YouTube is that, YouTube can send people straight to this VSL because they've spent enough time with you. They already trust you enough. And so the next thing is, short form content, having strong short form content can also be enough to send people straight to your DMs at the same time. And so that's what this looks like on a more simple scale. And so now jumping into kind of what this can look like on a more complex scale, like what exactly leads to where the conversions are. I'll jump into this more complex version. So just like with the old one, we have short form organic, we have paid traffic, optional depending on your organic traffic, like we were saying. And so, you can see for me, like this, what this has looked like for me. And then you can see, it's sending it to your IG profile, like we talked about. And so now to go into more depth about what this should look like if you're setting up this system is that you should optimize for first impressions, right? The way I like to think about it is that what are people getting in exchange for following you, right? Because they're making an investment, right? They need to know what their dividends are to that investment. And so you can do this by having a good bio, having, pin posts that explain exactly everything about you that they need to know, right? You should have one pin post about you, one about your offer, and you can have one case study as well. And having highlights can help as well. So you can see the bio right here. You should always talk about what exactly you do, how you do it, and like who you help, things like that. Just if you have those main two things that I said first, your bio will do pretty well to show people really what you're doing here. So now with the middle of the funnel, we have, like we were talking about, the value-based short form content that tells stories and shifts beliefs, right? It's engaging, but at the same time, it's full of value and it's going to shift beliefs. And so what this looks like though on a narrow scale is growth content. Growth content is really for the sole purpose of growing your account, right? So let me think of an example for, let's say like an AI coach, like you're in the AI niche, maybe you have a service-based business where you implement AI automations into, other businesses. So growth content can look like, your hook could be top 4 AI tools, right? That top 4 AI tools that could 10x your business's growth, right? So it's growth content. It's not exactly, straight conversions. It's not exactly showing everything about you, but this is going to get a really broad audience. So you need that growth content, but also more importantly, you need value-based content. So value content, shift beliefs plus sauce overload, right? Just a lot of information. This is super important. It's going to check a lot of boxes. It's going to show your expertise, give you that authority, and also build that trust with your audience, right? And so the next thing is lifestyle content. I think it's important for people to know more about you. And so you should share more of your background, more of your life, because what's this going to do? It's going to build a lot more trust. And so now looking at a story post, these are really powerful. A lot of people forget about these, but you have nurture story posts and you have CTA story posts. So this can be value. And this is more like, I just opened a program, I have this many spots. And so that's a CTA. Or you can say, hey, get this free resource, swipe up with the word me. And so that is a CTA story post. Next thing is, like I talked about, the trust reinforcement campaign. So where these are leading to is that, usually you have your value content, offer the free resource. So this is sending a free resource to your lead magnet. And so is the story post, right? If you're not direct, you could be doing direct CTAs for your program. But if you want to have a healthy funnel that's really sustainable, really gets your leads to spend an average like nice like 30-day period of consuming your content, being a really warm lead when they get on that sales call with either you or your sales team, then sometimes it's better to take the more sustainable route, CTA, and send people to a free resource, right? So that's what this is right here for. You're going to go to the lead magnet. You're now going to get their email. Right. From here, you're going to have the new subscriber sequence, right? Run people through that. It's the same exact thing that I'm currently running on email right now. So there, here's mine right here. You can see, I have a personal branding toolkit, right? For business owners, for beginner creators, etc. And so next we have this new part of the funnel, right? YouTube, right? So same thing with YouTube. You have growth content and you have nurture content. And so the crazy thing about how powerful YouTube is that within YouTube, right? Like this in itself is a funnel, but within YouTube, you can actually build a YouTube funnel. And so what this is a YouTube chain funnel. So basically what you want to do is set up your videos so that they have a pathway of funneling people to one main video. So what this one main video is your YouTube sales letter. Right? It's a video sales letter, but it's on YouTube. And so you can funnel people here by doing two different things. You can add video cards to every video in the first, I'd say 1 to 3 minutes so that most people see it. This is going to funnel people to that most important video. And you can also add it in the descriptions of your other videos. And so this is one of the hands down best ways to nurture people. And so the takeaway here is that YouTube is very, very important. And so now getting into the bottom of your funnel, what this looks like. See, most leads that want to work with you want your help. At this point, you can see how warmed up they are, right? They're very, very warmed up. They know a lot about you. They've gotten the value. They know that you know your stuff. You know what you're doing. You've showed it to them time and time again, and you've showed up on their feed likely every single day if you're following the system. And so what's left at the bottom of funnel is good appointment setting, right? Really good appointment setting frameworks. And so this can come, here's the thing about this funnel though, it can come straight from your Instagram profile, right? Like someone, doesn't have to go through every single stage. It's just, if they do, they're likely to be the ones DMing you, right? And so if they don't, you have your appointment setter, DM every single person as soon as they follow you and warm them up with a good DM setting framework, right? Something that's not too pushy, but, something that's good, feed them more content, more YouTube, right? The takeaway is have a good appointment setting framework. And then the other section of your bottom of the funnel here is a landing page VSL, because what is that? It's just more content, right? So the traffic for this is going to be coming from all sorts of places, right? You're going to have it from your email sequence. You're going to have it heavily from your YouTube. You're going to have it through your paid traffic that you're running. And so, yeah, that's what that looks like. Having a VSL, having a video to walk people through the depth about what your offer is. So a good way to think about this is basically this whole system offer breakdown, but expanded on a lot into, I'd say, a 5 to 10 minute VSL video. And yeah, guys, that's exactly what this looks like. This is the current funnel that I'm running right now to build my brand and at the same time build my business at the same time. Guys, that just about wraps up this video. If you are a coach, consultant, or info product seller and you want me and my team to just implement this entire system for you, I'll leave a link below where you can apply to work with me and my team so we can find out more about you and see how we could really help you out. But with that being said, if you found some value in this video, go ahead, drop a subscribe so you can see more videos like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.